The story of this episode begins with Harfoots. The mysterious man is gradually integrating with Nori and them. Harfoot's optimistic attitude affects him to a certain extent. The team heads all the way east. 3 strange people appeared beside the crater where the mysterious man had fallen. The man in the middle was holding a wand, and the person beside him was carrying a plate. He observed the footprints of the scorched earth for a while and then showed a strange expression. At this point, Harfoots came to a barren forest that had been thriving. Some people think the desolation here is an ominous sign. Nori found some monsters' footprints and ran over to inform everyone. The monsters chased them and drove them under a dead tree. The mysterious man's arm was covered with bruises. Harfoots have also recognized him through his behavior. Nori found he was healing. He put his arm in the water, chanted a spell in his mouth. His hands began to freeze. Nori put his hand on it curiously but was immediately frozen. It was not until the mysterious man finished reciting the spell that he escaped danger. This scene made him unable to calm down for a long time. The mysterious power once again became the unknown fear in Nori's heart. The scene comes to Linden, where Elrond and j.r.r return to meet the High King. The High King asked j.r.r why dwarves were trying to do with their hard mining work these days. j.r.r was angry and answered, "Should dwarves need to report what we are doing to you?" Then he asked the High King where the dining table came from. This kind of stone is precious to their dwarves. They only use it to make a monument. The High King apologized to him and gave the table as a gift to j.r.r. After the banquet, Elrond asked the High King why he hadn't told him he had another purpose for inviting j.r.r here. The High King asks Elrond to recall a song about the Misty Mountains.
Of a battle, not over honor or duty, but over a tree, within which some claimed was hidden the last of the lost timberhills. On one side fought an elven warrior, on the other a Balrog of Morgoth, amidst their due unending, lightning ensnared the tree.
But Elrond told the High King that he swore to j.r.r that he would not reveal the secrets of dwarves. The High King brought Elrond under the tree. The withered surface meant the elven light was gradually dissipating. But even so, Elrond said nothing about Mithril keeping his oath. The High King asked Elrond to consider the cost of his conservative oath and left. Elrond then showed Mithril to Celebrimbor, Eregion leader, for a look. Celebrimbor admitted that he knew about the High King's plans, but was under pressure to keep it from Elrond. He said Mithril does contain eternal light. If it is mined in large quantities, it will allow the elves to regain their strength, which is the only way to get redemption. As j.r.r was about to leave, he told Elrond that there was no such thing as a monument. He just wanted to get a new dining table for Disa. He saw Elrond had something on his mind. Let him say it. Elrond explains all the ins and outs. All this will be related to the life and death of the elves. So the pressure was on j.r.r's side.
The fate of the entire elven race is in my hands.
On the Elf Tower, Arondir and Bronwyn are calling on the villagers to fight the orcs together. Unexpectedly, the former owner of the broken sword stood up and called everyone to surrender to Adair. So the villagers were divided into 2 parties. Most of them were going to join Adair, and only a tiny part stayed to fight. In the evening, the old man and the villagers found Adair and swore allegiance to Sauron. Adair captures a teenager and lets him kill as a petition. Back at the tower, Theo showed Arondir the broken sword. Arondir frowned as he watched broken sword. He took Theo to a stone wall, where the sword looked intact. Arondir immediately found Bronwyn and told her the orc's target was the broken sword. At the same time, Adair's troops have begun to march toward the tower. The captain of Numenor is preparing for the expedition. His son Isildur also wanted to join the expeditionary forces, but Captain rejected him because he was not mature enough. On the other side, Captain's daughter Irian found Kemen, the son of the Chancellor. She opposed the expedition and hoped Kemen could persuade the Chancellor to give up the expedition. The Queen recruited Halbrand into the palace to discuss the expedition route. She didn't know that Halbrand didn't want to return to Middle-earth. He threw the family emblem to Galadriel and left in anger. When Galadriel came out to relax, he saw the soldiers training. Captain wanted Galadriel to teach some fighting skills to the soldiers, but the soldiers were not convinced and wanted to compete with Galadriel. Captain promises whoever hurts Galadriel will be promoted to lieutenant. Valandil attacked first. Galadriel just kept dodging, taking the opportunity to put the sword on Valandil's neck. At this time, another soldier joined the battlefield. Galadriel can still easily fight 2 with 1, and even grabbed a sword. The rest of them all rushed forward, but they were still no match for Galadriel. Valandil ripped Galadriel's clothes in the chaos. Galadriel also knocked down his sword.
Well done, Lieutenant.
Kemen found his father, and the Chancellor explained the reason for the war. Once the Southlands was recaptured, their king would owe a favor. There will be many resources flowing into Numenor. To stop the expedition, Kemen ran to the ship to destroy it. But he met Isildur, who was secretly hiding on the ship. Isildur stepped forward to stop Kemen, but accidentally overturned the oil lamp during the fight. They could only escape by jumping off the ship. In the end, the fire destroyed both warships. Isildur not only saved Kemen, but also helped Kemen hide the truth. That night, Galadriel lobbied Halbrand again. She tells Halbrand about her experience and why she fought, and wants him to join the fight too. Before leaving, she returned the family crest to Halbrand. Halbrand looked at the family emblem and thought for a long time. Finally, he decided to join the expedition. Isildur was allowed to join the expedition due to saving lives last night. Irian looked at her brother who was about to go to war. Her inner emotions were highly complicated. With Galadriel on deck, the voyage to Middle-earth is about to begin.